everyone, and welcome to my first makeup minis. Makeup minis is just some short videos or Facebook Live on skincare and makeup, just kind of hints and tips. So today I have a very special guest, Kate McGeary, who's a qualified beauty therapist, and she's going to talk to you about the benefits of facial oils. If you've got any questions today, we will answer them at the end of the live. So over to you, Kate.
Great, thanks Jackie. I'm really pleased to be here and thrilled that Jackie's invited me to be her first guest on her Makeup Minis. So that's really brilliant. As Jackie said, I'm a qualified beauty therapist. I have been for about 5 years. Prior to that, I was a public health specialist in the NHS. I came quite late to changing careers to be a beauty therapist. I have to confess that the college where I studied, I was the oldest beauty therapist student, which at times was really fab and other times quite mortifying. But never mind, I had a brilliant experience and I love what I do. I have had a lifelong love affair with skincare. We were just talking before we came on air about the kinds of type of things that we tend to sort of indulge in for ourselves and treat ourselves with. Jackie, yours is obviously makeup, but I do love going to spas. That's my hobby, my husband's, and getting pampered. So facials, massages, I love all that kind of thing. Yeah. So my indulgence to myself has always been kind of skincare, you know, maybe where other people bought bags, shoes, whatever. I've always kind of like invested in really good skincare, and I've probably had a consistent, regular, day in, day out skincare for 30 years. So I'm a real big proponent of looking at your skin on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, totally agree with that.
So I'm going to be talking about facial oils today, and I've said that bit, haven't I? So I've brought along some examples here that I'm going to talk to you about, and I think facial oils are particularly great, I think, at this time of year. They're also good for very dry skin. They're good for skin as it gets older because it's kind of nourishing it and putting some stuff on the skin. So the facial oils that I'm going to be talking about are ones that you can use to sort of bump up your moisturisation stage of your skincare, but you can get really good oil-based cleansers nowadays, which I really like, and I think are a really good way of cleansing your skin. But maybe we could do another feature on those later.
That would be fantastic.
So when I'm talking about facial oils, I'm talking about plant-based products and ingredients. So ingredients that are derived from kind of nuts or seeds or fruits, those kind of ingredients. Yeah. I don't use facial oils that are based on mineral oils. So mineral oil is a product that's derived from petroleum. It's very occlusive, which means it kind of covers, it forms a protective sort of shield over your skin, and it really helps to prevent water loss, and for that it's brilliant. But it doesn't really have a lot of other benefits for your skin. So if I am going to use a facial oil, I want it to have ingredients that really feed and nourish my skin. Yeah. What can happen with a mineral oil-based product, because it's so occlusive, it can kind of sometimes clog your pores, and you can end up with some breakouts and blemishes. So I'm looking at plant-based facial oils here. And some of the ones that I've got here today, so you can get facial oils that have essential oils in. I don't know if you can see it. I've got a little sample on today because I don't use this one. This is from Clarins. This is a particularly good one for dehydrated skin. I don't think it's that one, that's very heavy on the tubing, so it's a bit of a blast from the past. If you grew up in the 70s, you might be more familiar with that. So some facial oils will have essential oils in. I don't tend to use these because my skin's a little bit reactive to essential oils. If you're not, then these are great because the essential oils themselves have got particular benefits, and also it adds to the whole kind of sensory experience of the oils that they smell fabulous. Yeah. So you might choose to go with one with an essential oil in, or you can get single sort of ingredient oils, so they're just an argan oil that's got nothing else in other than argan oil, or a rose hip oil, which is actually brilliant if you've got an old scar that you want to try and help fade, or once a scar's healed. You know, that rubbed on can really help with scars. I've brought one along here. This is a squalene oil. This is a plant-based oil. This is a very light oil. And actually, this is a really interesting company, The Ordinary. I don't know if anybody out there has come across them. We're going to put links to the products at the end so that you can find them. I should have said the full size one of this one, I think, is £33. This one is £5.50, so a lot cheaper. And yeah, so that's a plant-based one. So you can get some facial oils that's sort of single ingredient, not all that they've got in that one ingredient. Or you can get blends of different oils. So this is a nice one. This is a product from Neil's Yard that I've used quite a lot. This is a rose-based facial oil. Neil's Yard are a great, smallish brand, organic, very clean, very ethical trading practices, very popular with a lot of people. Rose is particularly good if you've got a very sort of sensitive reddened complexion. That's a good choice to go with. But they do all the ones in the range. They do a nice one for dehydrated skin. I think it's a frankincense one, and they do a good one. No, that's the combination. But they also do a good one for dry skin, which is the orange facial oil. And I think that's £26. And then this is my favourite one at the moment that I'm using on my own skin. Another very small independent brand. Got very tight editor products, so they don't have very many products in their range. All of their products bar one are oil based. She's just brought out a new cream called Votary. This is my favourite facial oil at the moment. This is a blend of different oils from seeds. It's called the super seed oil. This one is quite expensive. We were talking about this before, so this one's £70. But I did a little bit of math yesterday, and I think I bought this in October, and this is probably going to last me until March. So actually, in terms of cost per day, it's not too bad. So that's kind of like a little overview of facial oils and the ones that I'm sort of really talking about today. So some of the benefits of facial oils are our skin is a really fantastic thing. And one of its functions is protection, really, for us from the environment. And it helps stop things getting into our skin that we don't want to get in, and it helps stop water coming out and being lost. So we've got a really sort of natural barrier function to our skin, which can get compromised, particularly at this point of the year, with the kind of very cold weather outside and then the warm weather inside. So anything that kind of supports and promotes that natural barrier function is a good thing, and that's where I think facial oils are brilliant, because they've kind of got, they're very nourishing, and they kind of help add to our natural barrier function. They're great for that. So they're really nourishing and hydrating the skin. They're good for soothing and calming perhaps sensitive reddened complexions. They've got lots of great properties, so they can be some of our antioxidants, they're anti-inflammatory, they've got lots of essential fatty acids in there. And the thinking behind them is that the skin more easily kind of recognises them, and they're able to penetrate the skin a little bit better. So obviously all the goodness of them gets to a sort of slightly deeper level than perhaps other products. So that's one of the reasons why they're so good.
Kate, is there anyone who can't use facial oils?
Generally speaking, most people can use facial oils. Obviously, if you've got a nut allergy, you wouldn't want to be using any oils that are derived from nuts. So again, do a little bit of research and make sure you're using a product that's suitable for you. As I mentioned earlier, I've got one of those complexions that sort of gets very kind of rosy and can react a little bit to quite strong ingredients. So I tend to use an oil that doesn't have essential oils in. My advice would always be try before you buy. So lots of products, lots of companies do little so go and have a little kind of like scout round and see if you can get some testers and try them. I think some people who may have got an oily combination skin might think, I can't use a facial oil, it's not for me. That's not really the case. You might need to try a few to find one that's right for you. And I did say earlier, Clarins do one for an oilier skin, and I know Neil's Yard do one that's more suitable for an oilier skin. So you can find one that's targeted more for an oilier skin, so they should be fine. I would say if you've got a particular skin condition that kind of means that you have to be a little bit more careful with your skin, so maybe something like rosacea, you'll know yourself that you need to introduce products really carefully with precaution because you know your skin base. So just take it easy, and if you're obviously if you're under a doctor or a healthcare practitioner for skin condition, check with them first that that's okay. And if you've got spots, so if you've got active kind of acne, again, just be cautious about which one you use. But actually, they're really good for if you've got kind of more blemish complexion, because they're very healing and soothing.
Oh, right.
So generally speaking, there's an oil out there for everybody.
Yeah.
You just need to do a little bit.
Okay. Where in your routine would you include the facial oil?
Okay, that's a very good question, Jackie. So within your skincare routine, you can really use an oil either at both in the morning and in the evening. I know a lot of people who prefer to use it just in the evening because they kind of like, they might think I'm going to put my makeup on over this if it's a little bit oily. But if you want to, you can use them in the morning and in the evening. Okay. Okay. So really, your routine is you cleanse. Yeah. Then if you're using a serum, you would use your serum next. Yeah. And then you would apply your oil. So you take a couple of drops of facial oil after you've used your sort of more water-based products. If you think about it, if you put an oil on and then you put something on that's a little bit lighter and water-based, it won't kind of penetrate the oil. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you put your serum on first and then you do your oil. Now you can either apply your oil and then maybe put a little bit more moisturiser at the top if the weather's particularly cold or a little bit harsh outside, or you could do the other way around. Or what I like to do is I'll get a little bit of moisturiser, put a few drops of facial oil in, mix it round, and then I would apply it like that. So that's kind of where in your routine you'll put it. Okay.
How would you apply a facial oil?
Okay, so I'm going to get onto the demo in a minute, but just before I do that, if you've got sensitive skin at any particular time or irritated, or you have got kind of like maybe blemishes that are sort of quite recent and the skin's a bit broken, I would just take a couple of drops of your oil, spread it across your palms, and then I would just pat it in. And what you want to do, another top tip from me is, I don't know about you, but some women kind of maybe stop applying their product here.
Take it down.
So actually what you want to do, excuse me, is make sure you always cover your neck and your chest, and I even go around the back of my neck. So that you do it all there. You can, we're going to do a little bit of a massage now, but this is just if you kind of like got a, if your skin's a little bit irritated at the moment, you don't want to be kind of rubbing it, then don't. Just pat it on, just press it on gently. But
so what are the benefits of facial massage?
Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of massage here. So the number one benefit of facial massage is it's free. Yeah, I love a freebie. You know, all you need to do a facial massage are your hands and a good appropriate kind of massage medium. So it could be a nice thick moisturiser, it could be a facial oil, it could be a nice thick cleansing cream or a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil. So anything where you're going to have kind of enough of a sort of, you know, sort of be able to get some kind of movement in your face and you're not dragging down the skin. You don't want too much product because you do want grip, not slip. So you don't want to be kind of like slipping off your face. So yeah, so it's number one, it's free and anybody can do it. It's really great in that it gets your kind of circulation going. So that's both in terms of bringing more oxygenated blood to the surface and feeding the skin, but also in that it helps to sort of promote lymph circulation, so you can be draining toxins away as well. So it's brilliant for that. I think it's also really good for kind of waking up your muscles as well. And getting them kind of to remember that perhaps need to kind of like into action a little bit more. And it's also really good. I don't know if you might, your quite a bit younger than me. So I think also as we kind of get older, our muscles can kind of get a little bit set in a sort of expression line. And what massage is great for is just releasing that and allowing our muscles to kind of just relax, find their proper place again, if you like, if that makes sense, and just get a little bit more kind of buoyancy in the muscles and just make everything kind of a bit soft and a little bouncy. So they're kind of generally some of the good benefits of making sure you're doing a facial massage every day, really. So I'm going to do a demo. Okay, so let me just put this on. So,
hi Babs, hi Kirsty.
oh, yeah.
Nice that you joined us today.
So again, top tip, I don't know if I've said this already, is that attractive? When you're doing your skincare routine, when you can, get your face, get your hair off your face. Because you want to be taking your product all the way around these areas. And you can't do that if your hair's in the way. So just kind of like tie it back, put a scarf over your head, whatever, but get your hair out of the way. So once you've done that, you want to take a couple of drops. Ready? Just distribute it across your hand. So you've got it. Mostly kind of distribute across the palm of your hand, and then just go in and make sure you've got it. Jack is just doing slight adjustment. Make sure you've got it all over your face. So once it's there, you want to kind of just do a nice effleurage movement, which are these nice kind of gliding movements. So is the movement always up? They're always up, apart from, I think, so you've got lymph nodes kind of round kind of like the outside, excuse me, of your face. So you really want to be kind of like moving your lymph kind of that way. But I think with your neck, you then drain your lymph kind of like drains down to lymph nodes down here. So I think there's always kind of like room in your routine to do some sort of nice downward movement. So we're all kind of like just slowly getting yourself used to kind of massaging the face, softening the muscles, and then you can go on and do some particular movements across your forehead. So these are great if you've got some expression lines there. So we're just doing, I think you can see some the movements there, and that's just kind of releasing some of those furrows that maybe we get on our forehead, and then again we do some that way. See that? You might want to concentrate a little bit where we have our, I think one tends to be called number 11, those two little kind of crown lines there. And again, we could do some nice circular motions there. I think some of the most relaxing movements I do in the massages I do on the bank are these slow circular movements here. I might do some on the temples. And really what's lovely about facial massage is we're used to kind of applying products to the surface of our skin, when we put the creams on. But actually when we massage, we're kind of trying to engage with the muscular structure underneath. So it's not massively firm pressure, but you're not gliding across the surface. You need to kind of like get engaged with your muscles. So you might want to do some nice movements around the eyes. And this is the one area where you will be a little bit more gentle around your eyes, lymph drag. So you can see I'm going kind of in and up and just pressing just an eyebrow. Down again, and then I'm coming back in and smoothing out there. So this can be good for kind of puffy eyes. You might want to do some pinching. This is how we release the tension. And pinching, releasing all your mouth down. You might want to do some more of these kind of movements. Out. And then I would kind of like now come in just under the cheekbones, kind of thing. Always coming out and kind of finish your movement off on the outside edges of your face.
Right.
So don't kind of finish from here, make sure you go all the way out. And then when you come to your jawline, these are really good. You could put one finger above and one finger below, sweeping right up to your ear. And again, that's really good for the pulling up movements like that. Pinches are very good. You kind of like weight your skin up a little bit more and make it look up again. And again, come on to the neck. Sweeping movements down. And then I quite like holding my neck at an angle there and just stretching it a little bit. And again, and making sure you're getting across your chest area as well. And then even a nice kind of like little squeeze and rub around the back of the neck. Yeah, so that's really nice. Really just, I think the key is just kind of let your hands take over. Yeah. And just do what feels good. So as Jackie said, generally speaking, it's movement are up. You don't have to be pulling down. But I think it's nice to do some drainage movement on your neck. A bit more gently around your eyes. Make sure you've got enough product on. But just really kind of like spend a few minutes massaging the skin. I think once you finish, your skin will feel warmer. You've got blood flow going, and you should feel that your face feels that tiny bit firmer. That's a really short little massage sequence. Really good.
Now I'm going to try that tonight.
Can everyone benefit from a facial massage? Yeah, I think so. I think you need to be a little bit cautious if you've had any cosmetic procedures. So, you know, maybe if you've had some Botox or something similar or fillers, there's usually a specific time that you need to leave. Okay. Before you can like massage the face. So I would check with your practitioner, whoever did the procedure, just check with them. I mean, obviously you're fine to touch your face after those things in terms of just applying cream, but if you're working a little bit deeper, you know, just check. Yeah. Okay. Again, if you've got a cut or you've got very irritated skin, maybe leave massage until it's calmed down. But generally, I think most people can benefit really from a facial massage. Definitely try it. Yeah, I probably didn't demonstrate it for you. No, maybe I'll come back and do a longer one on Jackie later. So, what are your top? Okay, so I've talked about facial oils and why they're so great to include in your skincare. But I think your number one tip for looking after your skin is just to get into a daily skincare routine. Using appropriate products that are right for you and doing it morning and night every day. Yeah. And really, I don't think enough people really kind of like focus on the cleansing aspect of their routine. That can be a little bit of a, they skip over it. But I think this cleansing routine is one of the most important things, to use the right products, to apply them properly, protect them properly. I particularly like oil-based or balm-based cleansers when a rich cream cleanser. Yeah. And I would always advocate, I can put them in, it's just a fluffy drama. Yeah. So I really like the hot cloth removal method. Right. Okay. So I'll put my cleanser on, I'll run this under warm water. I don't like using hot water because my skin reacts to heat. When you've got that nice and wet, wring it out, and then I'll kind of brush it, and then I'll put the product on. If you wear kind of all over makeup, so you've got foundation on, blusher, bronzer, highlighter, so your skin has got quite a couple of layers of product on, you might want to try doing a double cleanse. Yeah. If you wear a separate SPF product, but not if your SPF comes in your moisturiser, but if you put a separate SPF product on, again, those makeup and SPF are made to stay on your skin. Yeah. So really, if you've got those on, you maybe think about doing a double cleanse. I don't particularly like facial wipes. I think they might get your makeup off, but you're not really cleaning your skin, and they can be very drying and irritating. I don't particularly like foaming cleansers either, but again, they can be very drying. So I use a richer cleanser, and I spend longer probably on my cleanser bit of my routine than I do on the rest. So I think a clean skin, cleaned well, is a real foundation for the skincare routine.
What about makeup removers? You know, a lot of people just go out and buy an eye makeup remover.
So if you like a micellar, so all the there's micellar water that's become really popular recently. I mean, hands up, I don't really know makeup, so I have no personal experience. I think they could be really good as a first cleanse. So if you do wear makeup, especially eye makeup, you could take that off with a micellar water. But I would always go back in and then do just a gentle. Use a gentle milk or cream cleanser. What you don't want to do is, you know, if you're using quite a strong cleanser, you don't want to be doing that to it because you can just stripping. You know, whatever you take out of your skin, you need to make sure you put it back in with a good moisturiser. I think having a good consistent skincare routine that you do day in, day out, with the right products for your skin type, applied properly and removed properly, are probably one of the best things you can do with your skin. We tend to kind of like focus on the one magic cream, and think as long as I've got that and I'm using that, everything's going to be perfect. But actually, if you're applying that onto not properly cleansed skin, it's not going to work properly. And if you use a flannel as well, it kind of just gives you a gentle exfoliation as well, which means the skin and other creams can better. So that's one of my top tips. Another one is in the evening when you're doing your skincare routine. I would always say, if you can, try and perhaps go up and do it a little bit early in the evening. So a lot of us do it last thing before we go to bed. Which tends to be and it tends to be the point in the day where all you really want to do is get into bed. And you might have to be fastening over the bathroom anyway. Well, actually, what I tend to do is I'll go up and I'll do it about 8 o'clock in the evening, obviously if I'm not going out. So it just means I spend a little bit longer doing it. I'm not in such a rush. Usually at the bathroom to myself. And also a really interesting thing I think is if you apply your nighttime products earlier, they've got longer to kind of penetrate into your skin before you get into bed. Because I know in the past if I've used a rich cream at night and then I get straight into bed, not that cream ends up on the pillow. So actually go up and do it earlier. Dedicate yourself some time to yourself. It doesn't need to take ages. Get your hair off your face. Look at yourself in the mirror when you're doing it. Because sometimes we're doing one thing, and we're trying to do something else, but you're not really concentrating. You think you've applied it everywhere, but actually, because you've not looked, you might have missed a bit here, or you've missed a bit here. So kind of slow down, which is probably something I should have done through this live. You slow down, look in the mirror, and make sure you've got the kind of product everywhere and you've applied it. And I'm just having a look. So just 2 other quick ones is if you're putting your morning routine skincare on, especially if you're using an oil, when you've got a shower or bath, really hot, I would wait a few minutes before you put your products on so the skin cools down and your creams and oils, whatever, will penetrate more. If you put them on and you're hot and sweating, your skin kind of just pushes them back out again because you're sweating and you're hot. Does that make sense? And you just end it with it on the surface of your skin. And again, if you're using an oil, apply it and then wait a little bit before you can put your makeup on.
I mean, I have the second that if your skin is, you really look after your skin, it really makes a difference to your makeup. So make, what Kate said, have a routine and make sure your skin is hydrated because it makes a huge difference when applying foundations and everything. So, if anyone's got any questions, I can see a few people are on at the moment. Fire away.
We've gone massively over time. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's been great.
This is kind of like the first live I've done where I've talked about skincare,
and she's been brilliant, hasn't she?
And all the things that you rehearsed, all the things that kind of you rehearsed, and you thought, they're kind of go out of your head.
They do.
So
I do.
hopefully there was enough information there
I
to
think
be
that's absolutely brilliant.
useful, and that I haven't kind of gone off a tangent.
No,
Been confusing.
but if you've got any questions, just pop them in the comments box below and we'll answer them for you. Kate had mentioned about the products that she used today or showed you today, so I'll list them in the comments box as well. And we've got lots of little. Who's given us the sad face?
Oh, there's a wow face.
So thank you for watching today. Huge thanks to Kate. She's been absolutely brilliant to talk about facial oils and the benefits of that. Thank you so much.
You're very
for coming
welcome.
on for the first one
You're
ever.
very welcome.
So the next Facebook Live is on Saturday the 20th of January, and through all our programme we're going to be talking about makeup, mums on the run makeup. So I'll see you then. So bye from me.